place in terms of what their mission is. They used to be a VR company. They made a open source VR headset because they believed that internet browsing was going to be a more 3D experience. So whenever you would go and like browse on Google, you would put on like this headset and then you'd be able to like touch things instead of it being like just a scroll and click kind of deal.
Right.
So, but that kind of fell through because they said that there were like limitations to 3D VR in terms of like internet browsing and what they wanted to do. So they kind of switched their business structure, and the CEO. Hold on, let me. What was his name? Nick. Donahue. I think I'm saying that right. Nick Donahue was the CEO, and his family did a lot of stuff in home construction. So him and his team went and made this app. It's not open to the public yet. It's still sort of in its beta. It's only being used in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, or Raleigh-Durham. Apparently people there get mad if you don't say that correctly. But so the first house that so basically what the app is like you say, I want to build a house, and then you tell it where you want to build the house, and then it just kind of like streamlines the process for you, and it puts it down a pipeline. So they find the land that you need, they find the architect, they find the builders, they find I guess the agent to help you buy the property.
So it sounds like they're trying to get one step ahead of of all the people that are already vying for that business.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get one step ahead and try to capture the lead, get them into their funnel, have a situation where they like get what the person is looking for, and then passing it down the line to me, the real estate agent, to try to find them the land, to the contractor here locally that's going to take them through the process of actually building, and whoever else is involved with the local municipalities that are going to be getting approvals and you know, adhering to code and all that stuff. Sounds like a very tricky, very ambitious thing that they're trying to do. Amazing that they've raised the $4 million or $2 million.
They raised $6 million. They raised $4 million recently, and then they had another $2 million funded on top of that.
Yeah,
and
they're going to need to get to $1 billion before they can be.
Yeah,
I mean, before they can even be a threat.
It's a very small project right now. The first one just started getting built, I think, back in August, and
the picture we have here, is that actually something that they're building?
I think that's a stock photo. I don't actually think that's in. I wasn't able to find their the house that they're building, probably because they want to keep it private and don't want everyone to know what it looks like.
Sure.
Yeah, and then that's going to be like their big reveal whenever it's done. But they're working on 12 houses right now. But the first one's being built currently, and the others are still in some sort of like queued process.
Yeah.
So they saw this opportunity where it was like, it's a very hard process to get a house built because you got to go and get all the right people together, and it could take forever to do that. It could take months. But it's basically like, have you ever spec'd the car out online where it's like you're like, oh, I want my car to look like this,
yeah, like,
and then you just order it.
I'm going to customize my, my next car. Yeah.
Same deal. It's like, this is what your house could look like. Here are our cookie cutter templates.
Gotcha.
Go and make your house, and then it puts all the people together to go and do that.
Gotcha.
So to make it a little easier. But right now they're catering to houses between $400,000 and $800,000.
Well, yeah.
So, which makes sense because that's where it would probably be the most profitable and reasonable, where it's not ridiculous.
You know, the Charlotte median income, they got to fit a model around the Charlotte median or the Raleigh-Durham median income. You know, so it would be irresponsible for them not to be looking at what's being constructed and what the consumers are buying and try to like go beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they got to fit in with where the most of the consumers are going to be if they're going to have a viable product. And then you're going to have the specialties of somebody coming in low and then somebody coming in way high. So I just think this is a dangerous. But with danger becomes big time reward if your danger works out. With big risk comes big reward. So, I don't think I'd put my money into it quite yet, but and I would love, like I was saying, I would love to have a contractor here locally give their opinion on this model, because there's local home builder associations. There's a big lobby. There's a big lobby for home builders, and a home builder is not going to be thrilled with this model because that's just one more step in front of them that they're going to have to try to get beyond to try to to try to not lose their profit, right? This company's going to want a fee for their services from somebody. Who's paying them? Who's going to pay them? That's the big question for me. Is what's the guy's name?
It was.
I want to speak directly to
Nick
him.
Donahue.
Nick Donahue. Who's paying for your service? Like who? When you have this built out and scaled, who is paying you? Who is funding for the service that you're going to get? Is the contractor? Is the realtor? Like, are you sending us these referrals, and we're working them, and then sending you a referral fee? That's a good question. That's a good question. We'd like that answered. Maybe we'll talk about you on a future show if you'll engage with us and talk to us more about what you're supplying here to the public and more about your vision. So yeah, we'll see if we can't get him to respond to that.
Yeah, no, I'll tag him and stuff when we break it down into micro content.
Cool.
Do you know who Josh Richards is?
That doesn't ring a bell.
Apparently he's I pulled him up. This is who he is. He's like some sort of TikTok star.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
This
I remember
guy,
seeing that.
he was one of the investors in that $4 million raised recently for this business.
Gotcha.
A lot of investors are really on board with this app because it's filling a need that's not really there right now, but could be very beneficial for people in the future. Because people are just like simple and easy, and this is one of those things where it's simple and easy. So it's like you just, hey, I want a house, and then the app just.
I mean,
makes
nobody thought this was possible. I mean, we didn't know we needed this, and we got it, and we love it. So, same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the ambition. I'm fearful of the model, to be honest. I'm fearful of that model for him as trying to get his foot in front of the contractors and the realtors and the people that are involved with the process. So, I am very interested in keeping our eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
We should definitely keep our eye on it.
I'll keep my eye on it because if they ever go like public, then I'll definitely like want to invest in that company.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I found. So for me, I think the future of this app is going to go back to VR in terms of designing the house. I think they're going to dip back into their VR headset that they made, and then they're going to find a way to use that within their app. And then that way you can like kind of do like a walkthrough of your house.
You can walk around and like
pick stuff out,
like touch the carpet and it's going to change colors.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yeah, sort of like building a house in like Sims or something.
Right.
But I think that's what the future of this is going to be. But for now, they're still working on the actual structure of it. I'll be curious to see what the house looks like too, because it's something that was designed solely in an app with an architect who I do not know, and I'm just curious as to what it looks like because it's a $400,000 house, so you would think it would look really good.
Yeah, it'd be better.
But also $400,000 in Raleigh might be a little different than it is here.
I would say a $400,000 house in Raleigh is probably what's comparable to a $345,000 house here.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I don't think it's like a $400,000 house that you would see in like Florida.
Right. Or Texas.
Texas.
$400K in Texas is a monster.
That's a lot of money.
It's been amazing seeing, just from the Instagram engagement we have and everybody that we're trying to talk to in the real estate community. Now that we're doing that, we're getting a lot more of their content through my feed. And it's amazing what you can get in Texas. Unbelievable.
Are there any like real estate TikTok people out in Texas?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are real estate people on TikTok in general.
Well, yeah.
I haven't seen specifically just Texas.
That could be a cool market to see. I would be curious to see what the houses look like in Texas.
Yeah.
That are in like the multi-million-dollar price range.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I could obviously just go and look them up, but like they would do like the walkthrough and stuff, which is what I'd be interested in seeing.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what a comparable property here in our community versus one of those emerging market communities that aren't quite like they're building monsters, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.